Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Alchemist. Today we are going to see the lesson Atomic Structure. In the atomic structure lesson, there are theories of atomic structure. Today we are going to see the theories. An ancient Greek philosopher, Democritus, had proposed the concept of atoms. Atom comes from the Greek word atomos, meaning indivisible. Matter is made up of these particles, atom, which is the smallest unit of all forms of matter, that is everything. The first scientific theory about atom was given by John Dalton. He said that atom is a solid hot sphere. It is electrically neutral, that is, it has no charge on it. So, according to Dalton, an atom is a solid hot sphere, and he gave some other points about atoms. This is the Dalton model. And now we are going to see the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Now, see this picture. This is a wall. Like a wall, it is made of small bricks. Similarly, all forms of matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. This is the first postulate. All matter is made of atoms. Atoms are indivisible and indestructible. Now, see these pictures. If you take a small piece of banana and a whole banana, they have same taste. And if you taste a small piece of watermelon and a big piece of watermelon, it also has same taste. But does the banana taste like watermelon? No. Similarly, all atoms of the same element are alike, but are different from the atoms of any other element. Take another example. So we can take the gold ring and a silver ring. Let us see the atoms of gold ring so that you can see that all atoms of the gold are alike. This is the best example for these postulates of Dalton theory. And the next one is compounds are formed when atoms of different elements combine in a fixed proportion. For example, hydrogen and oxygen combine to form a water molecule. Yes, H2O means 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom combine to form a water molecule. A chemical reaction involves a rearrangement of atoms, not a change in the atom themselves. The next model is Thomson model. Thomson proved that the cathode rays consisted of negatively charged particles called electrons. He used the cathode ray tube experiment to prove the cathode rays was made of electrons. Later on, protons were discovered. He also aware of protons as well. He was also aware of the structure of atom given by John Dalton. According to Dalton, atom was the smallest unit of matter, atom to be a hot sphere and electrically neutral. After the discovery of proton and electron, Thomson knew it was not the smallest unit of matter, but it still remained neutral. He started thinking. He saw the plum pudding cake on the table. Like the plums are embedded on the pudding, similarly it strikes to him. He drew the structure of atom as positive sphere and electrons are embedded on it. Atom is electrically neutral, so the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons in an atom. This is the Thomson model where the number of protons and the number of electrons are same. Now see these pictures. As we already see that the number of protons is equal to number of electrons in the Thomson model. Finally, he concluded that atom as a positive solid sphere and electrons are embedded on this sphere the negative charge was embedded on the positive sphere. This model is also known as plum pudding model. See this example. In this watermelon, the seeds are embedded in a red edible part, that is, the negative charge are embedded on the positive sphere. Next atomic model was Rutherford's atomic model. Rutherford was also aware of J.J. Thomson's work. Rutherford thought that if Thomson's model was correct, then the atom is a positive solid sphere, so all the positive particles, that is alpha particles, should have been deflected. He projected alpha particles on an atom. When they strike the atom, all the particles would have been deflected when he performed the experiment on a gold foil. So he saw that most of the alpha particles passed through and some of them were deflected. So he saw that most of the alpha particles passed through and some of them were deflected. So Rutherford had used the gold foil for his experiment. This is because he wanted a thin layer to perform the experiment, and gold can be made into a very thin sheet, and this is the reason that he took the gold foil for his experiment. So when he done his experiment, he was expecting that alpha particle would get deflected or bounce back, but the observation made him miracle. Let's see what is that. The expectations of Rutherford is all alpha particles would get deflected or bounce back, but the observation is most of the alpha particles went through the foil, and he concluded that atom contains a large empty space. And the next observation, he saw that some particles were deflected from their path. Very few alpha particles were deflected by large angles or completely bounced back, and he concluded that the deflection is due to the nucleus, that is the positively charged center. The size of the nucleus is very small and the mass of atom resides in the nucleus. So the electron revolve in empty space, and electrons have negligible mass compared to the mass of proton. That is why electrons do not deflect alpha particles. So they revolve around the empty space nucleus. This was the model of Rutherford. Then comes Bohr's model of atom. Rutherford's student was Niels Bohr. He was extremely interested to study the structure of atom. But later, he was not convinced with Rutherford's model of atom, because according to the law of physics, if a charged body is in motion, it radiates energy. So, if an electron which is negatively charged, it is moving around the nucleus, it continuously loses energy, and therefore it moves closer and closer to the nucleus, and hence it collides with nucleus. Rutherford model was not able to explain the stability of atom. When Bohr told this to Rutherford, he appreciated the student's work and asked him to study the structure further. So, Niels Bohr gave his atomic model in 1913. Let's see how he explained his model. Now we are going to see the postulates of Bohr model. The first postulate is, in an atom, electrons, that is the negatively charged particles, revolve around the positively charged nucleus in a definite circular path called orbits or shells. Each orbit or shell has a fixed energy, and these circular orbits are known as orbital shells. This is the orbit, like n is equal to 1 is the first orbit, and n is equal to 2 is the second orbit, and n is equal to 3 is the third orbit. The energy levels are represented by an integer known as quantum number. This range of quantum number starts from the nucleus side with n is equal to 1 which is having the lowest energy level, and the orbits n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 are assigned as K, L, M, N shells, and when an electron attains the lowest energy level, it is said to be in the ground state. This is the model, and the n is equal to 1 is known as K shell, and n is equal to 2 is known as L shell, n is equal to 3 is known as M shell, n is equal to 4 is known as N shell, and the center one is the positively charged nucleus. The energy of the orbit is related to its size. The lowest energy is found in the smallest orbit, whereas the highest energy is found in the last orbit. Energy is absorbed or emitted when electrons move from one orbit to another. Rutherford model was not explain the stability, but Bohr's model explained the stability of an atom. Next comes the Schrödinger model. In this, the electrons don't move around the nucleus in orbits. Electrons exist in specific energy levels as a cloud. The electron cloud is the region of negative charges which surrounds the nucleus. Orbital means the region with the high probability of containing electrons. This is a Schrödinger model. Now let's recall. John Dalton model is also known as a solid sphere model, and the Thomson model is known as the plum pudding model, and the Rutherford model is known as the nuclear model, and the Niels Bohr model is known as the planetary model, and the Schrödinger model is known as the quantum model. These are the atomic theories in the atomic structure lesson. If you have any doubt, put it in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching.